What is good, everybody? It is the Noobs here, and welcome back to a brand new video. And I'm here to say that if you do not like this video, this teacher that I'm going to talk about in this video is going to be forced to babysit your younger siblings. And trust me, you do not want this guy anywhere near your kids. This is obviously not a scam, not a joke. If you do not like this video, this guy will be forced to babysit your younger siblings. Please take caution. But yes, all jokes aside, we are going to be talking about my weird English teacher. He was also weird, crazy, and also really creepy. I was making this video the other day, or tried to make this video the other day, and I realized I didn't have any backstories on this guy. Like, I only had like 2, but that was it. Like, I knew very little about all the others' backstories, so I was like, hey guys, do you guys have any backstories on this guy to prove how weird this guy was? And the open-ended response was a ton of stories from all my friends, basically telling of their weird encounters with this teacher, who we're going to call Mr. Robert to protect the innocent. Yep, good old Mr. Robert. So without further ado, and Susan's approval of this video, Susan, I know you approve this. Don't lie to me. You know you approve this. Anyway, without further ado, we're just going to get straight into the video, and also the Mr. Robert experience. Also, you were weird. So I really don't have to go into too much detail of how I met Mr. Robert, because it was really how I meet other teachers. It's like on opening day of school, and they give you the whole disclosure, and you pretty much think they're chill just because of their testimonies. I go to a Christian school, so of course they're going to be sharing their testimonies. But besides that, I really thought he was a chill teacher. I really thought he was a good teacher. Keyword thought. Thought he was a good teacher. That is when all the weird stuff started to happen. Like, the first ever stories I've ever heard of this guy ever being weird was when I heard that he has been flirting with the lunch ladies at our school, and also the young girl teachers at our school. Yeah, that's pretty effing weird by itself, but there's honestly more stories of that, and I'm gonna get more into these stories. Let's just be clear, this guy, he had favorite students, and honestly, teachers at any schools are not supposed to have favorite students. They're not. It's just not fair, you know what I mean? So he had some favorite students, and I don't think they were guys. They were pretty much all the girls, basically, even though he was pretty much the most sexist man I've ever met, being real. Also, this guy, if he didn't like you, obviously you were gonna fail his class. Honestly, I actually just learned that my friend is actually doing honors English, even though this teacher was trying to do everything in his power to make this kid fail, bro. I know. One example of this being that he actually tried to make him fail an assignment because he refused to grade it, and he knew he had it for an entire week. So yeah, that's pretty messed up. He also tried to make me fail an assignment one time. So the story went that I went absent for a day, right? And the day I returned, there was supposed to be an assignment to be turned in, and it was an assignment I had not known about. Also, I never checked the website, so the website was RenWeb. It's where it has all our homework, our schedules, and the day our homework is going to be due. So I forgot to check that site, and my whole argument was that he could have at least let me know that there was going to be an assignment due today, and I didn't know about it. And he was like, well, there's that website for a reason. He was like, yeah. So this later ended up being in a parent-teacher conference where my mom didn't buy any of the stuff he was saying. One of the stuff that he said that my mom remembered very well from it is that he said my RunWeb is always right, meaning that whatever he puts on there is always correct and always good, which is never true. It's not even accurate. So anyway, yeah, I moved on from that, but also he decided to get a little bit more weird with the younger students, and I'm not going to try and say this man was a pedophile, but he pretty much sure as hell acted like one. Like, really, dude, he was really flirty with a lot of the young girls. And this wasn't a lot in our 7th grade year, but it was really a lot in our 8th grade year, bro. Everybody, including the girls, can attest that this guy was really effing weird towards the girl students, man. Like, how many stories have I been through where there hasn't been one incident of this guy winking at one girl, man? It's so weird. Like, there was like one story, and the first ever story I've ever heard of this guy like actually interacting with a young girl student is basically where Mr. Robert winked at her and also was like, "You can also be my date." Yeah, it's so weird. There's also another story that's kind of similar to that, but I'll get into it in a little bit. There have been numerous stories of this teacher telling girl students that he loved them, and just basically all the weird stuff. There's also another story where my friend was like taking a test alone in his class. Yeah, I don't know how she ended up being alone in there in the first place, being real, but yeah, there is that story, and it basically goes that he tried to flirt with her by basically winking at her in the middle of a test while she just randomly looked up, and he just winked at her for some reason. I don't know. I don't know the full backstory behind that or why she was alone there in the first place. So yeah. So this next story alone just tops all the creepiness and weirdness towards Mr. Robert and his really weird relationship with the young middle school girls. So the thing is, so one Friday, right? It was just a normal Friday, we're just going about our business. And all of a sudden, the snack cart comes along. And if you don't know the snack cart at our school, it's basically a car with snacks, drinks. And the people who run the car are these kids and the lower school principal, right? At our school, right? So Mr. Robert comes over and he asks for a bag of dates. If you don't know what dates are, they're basically like these more riper grapes, you know what I mean? So I really don't know what dates are. I just know them as like another version of grapes. So Mr. Robert ends up going to like across the room to my friend, and he asked her if he would like to be her date. Yeah. There's also like 2 stories already now up in this like video about like asking out girls. Yeah, this dude was pretty weird, and I'm talking like this dude wasn't 35, this dude wasn't like 27, this guy was like 63 asking like, I don't know, 14-15-year-old girl out on a date, man. It's so weird. It's really weird. It got so weird for her that she went to report Mr. Robert to our principal at the time, and there have been many kids that reported Mr. Robert to our principal, and I'm sorry, but our school did nothing about those weird, crazy teachers, and also those really angry, psychotic teachers. Also, that one girl, I failed to mention this one time in the video, man. The one girl that I was talking about in the Finish the Problem video. Yeah, many people have tried to like report her to Mr. Davis, and they did nothing about it. Now, these next few stories are not to prove that he's a weirdo or a creep, but also it's just to prove how big of an a-hole he was to everybody in our class, So my second ever interaction with him, I was having some problems, So the night before, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just go skip athletics for a day and maybe go finish it in his class, you know what I mean? So I decided to go in like right before school started, or not before school started, right when school started. And I was like, hey, I'm skipping athletics to work on this assignment in your class. Can I do it? And he's like, oh, well, you need a pass. So I went to our coach, our athletic coach, because athletics is like our first ever period. It's like our daily block, I'm pretty sure. And so my coach was cool with it, so I went back. So I was like, okay, he said I can come. And he's like, no, you don't have a pass. I was like, wait, what? He doesn't have paper on him. He's like, yeah, you need a pass. You just need a pass. You can't come in until you have a pass. Goodbye. He slams the door, and I'm just getting emotional. I was like, what the heck, man? Like, my coach said it was okay with it. So I later knock on this door, and he was like, I know what you're trying to do. I was like, okay, what am I trying to do? You're trying to skip athletics. I was like, no, I'm not trying to skip athletics. I mean, to be real with him, honestly, I would have been doing athletics and going to his class any day. Honestly, if we had to replace any of his classes with athletics, all the kids would be cool with it. Everybody would be cool with it, man. So another story of this guy being an a-hole. So one of my friends didn't bring his assignment. He brought it late for like, I don't know, the 4th or 5th time. Honestly, this kid was known for not bringing his assignments in on time a lot. Now, I'm sorry to this kid I'm telling this story about, but it was kind of true. Honestly, I can't talk for myself either. I was kind of missing assignments too, but that doesn't matter. So anyway, Mr. Robert decided not just to tell him to bring his assignments on time. He went out of his way to install him. He made the kid cry, of all things, and he later went to report him to our principal that Mr. Robert was being a douche to him. Honestly, everybody at this point in time is not a fan of Mr. Robert. So one more story of this is whenever one of my friends decided to write him an apology letter. You know, a personal apology letter. So it basically says that, she was sorry for being rude to him, and she basically acted that way because she wanted to seem funny and also get more people to like her and actually get more people to talk to her because she had been bullied in the past. And so my friend decided to make a joke in class, just a joke. Everybody makes jokes in class, right? So then as soon as she's done with the joke, he shouts out her name, and then he waves the letter out in front of everybody, I think. And then she basically got so mad at him, and that she basically was like, I didn't say I wasn't going to stop making jokes, All I was saying was that I was sorry for how I treated you, So, needless to say, she's not sorry anymore. So now that we're done with stories, I'm now going to address future warnings for Mr. Robert if he ever tries to do something. Mr. Robert, just wanting to let you know that I'm being really nice to you, and I'm honestly offering you a favor because, let's be real, I could have dropped your full name. I could have dropped your first and last name and also the school you used to work at. Honestly, I think a lot of people know the school I go to, but honestly, that's it. They don't know you personally. And the reason is because YouTubers don't put people's personal names on there just to protect their innocence, to make sure that their fans do not attack them in real life, Wow, I just voice cracked right there. So embarrassing. But anyway, you know what I mean. Also, guys, if he tries to do something, maybe do something, take this up with the principal or do something, I don't know what he's going to do in the near future. Honestly, I will be giving you guys an update, and you guys for sure need to know about this because it is also important information to the recent video I made about this guy. But anyway, yeah, that's gonna do for me, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I really didn't expect all the stories from all my friends about this teacher, Mr. Robert. But anyway, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, it's really your lucky day. Because honestly, if you comment in the comments right now, just give me a question and I'll put it in the next Q&A I'm about to do. Yes, guys, I'm having another Q&A very, very soon. And it's been some time. It's been since like early July that I did one of these last Q&As with you guys. Actually, one guy actually made a comment, and I'm really happy about that. So anyway, I'm gonna end this video right here. Don't forget to like this video, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace!